to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And it was a very happy return to Barcelona, to club action. The international break is gone. Barcelona back to it here, and most importantly, starting with a purpose. It was an early kick-off on Saturday. It was a difficult place to go, but mission accomplished. We have passed the test of Eibar. Barcelona 3, Eibar 0, and for the very first time, Messi, Griezmann and Luis Suárez, they're all on the score sheet, and there's a lot to discuss from today's game. We're going to be doing it all right here. Thanks for joining me. Let's get right to it. And I have to say, guys, on the face of it, you look at the result here, it's a very good win. 3-0. It is a tough place to go. It is a good win, no doubt about that. But also, looking at the wider picture, Barcelona here, 3 La Liga games in a row that we've won now, and 3 in a row that we've kept a clean sheet. Does that tell the full story? Maybe at times today, Eibar, particularly in that first half, they had some chances. They were very, very good for a period of that first half where they really penned us in. But the second half from Barcelona was very, very comfortable. We got our 3 goals, and I was so impressed today with the performance of Antoine Griezmann. We're going to be coming on to that later, but right now, let's look at the lineup. Because this right here is how we lined up. Ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba returning at left back today, and I think that was really key in unlocking Antoine Griezmann here on the left-hand side. He didn't have to stay wide for the whole game, because Jordi Alba, of course, can do so much going forward there in the forward areas. Longley here was at the left centre-back, and Samuel Umtiti returning to action. I was so pleased to see him back, and not only that, but so pleased to see him completing there the 90 minutes. That's certainly there a very good thing for Barcelona. I did feel quite bad though for Todibo, went to the bench, didn't play in this game. That was really harsh on him, and I did feel bad about that. And Roberto here starting at right back ahead of Nelson Semedo. As the game went on at halftime, Roberto was taken off with yet another Barcelona injury. Semedo came on at right back and also had a pretty good game. Sergio Busquets in midfield, Arthur and De Jong, you know all about them by now. They were outstanding. A few misplaced passes in the first half, but the second half, they were brilliant. Some fantastic touches. Arthur with a few magical ones. De Jong with a few phenomenal runs as well. He was involved in so much today. Those two did come off, though, in the latter stage of the game. It was Arthur Melo who came off, Arturo Vidal came on, and Frenkie de Jong off with Ivan Rakitic replacing him. And then, of course, in the forward line, it was Griezmann, Suárez, and Lionel Messi who completed that front 3, and all of them on the score sheet today. And before we do talk about Griezmann in a bit more detail, let's talk through the goals first and foremost, of course. And Antoine Griezmann was the man who got us off the mark with just 13 minutes gone. And I have to say, Eibar at times today played a really high line. They did come at us. They did press high at their home stadium. They do have that confidence, and they did really make it work at times. But in that moment there, it's a long ball from Clement Longley. It's a long sweeping ball, and actually we do get a bit lucky with that. It's a good pass, but at the same time, the defender slips. Griezmann anticipates that on the left-hand side, makes a really good run in behind. You know that when he has that kind of space, he's got the pace there to get away from the rest of the defence. But the thing about this is, he has so long to think about the finish, and especially right now, the pressure's on Griezmann. He's got to start scoring goals. He knows he's got to take his chance here, and it was a big, big moment for him that he stayed so calm, so cool, so relaxed, and it's a really good finish there, going in off the post, and a big, big goal to give Barcelona the lead. Because like I say, in that first half, Eibar did probably have the better of the game as the half went on. They really came into it, and we did ride our luck at times. The centre-backs there being put under some serious pressure. But like I say, in the second half, it was completely Barcelona's game. We controlled things. The midfield was outstanding. De Jong and Arthur, like I say, were very, very impressive. And Messi, deservedly so, got his goal just before the hour mark. And he was actually really unlucky. Messi very nearly scored in that first half. He very nearly took it round the goalkeeper, but it was actually a really good save. The Eibar keeper today had a really good game, even though he conceded 3 goals. But it was Messi there getting our second goal, and this was an outstanding goal. A brilliant team move this was. De Jong starting it, making that kind of run, getting in towards the box. Really nice play from him. He plays it into Suárez. It comes off Suárez into Antoine Griezmann, and I was so impressed here with the awareness of Griezmann. He knew where Messi was. He knew where he was arriving. He plays a brilliant pass to his left-hand side, because what Griezmann does here, he weights it perfectly. He doesn't smash it into Messi. He doesn't put it too far ahead of him. He just puts it there in a fantastic place, so that Messi can run onto the ball, it's effortless, and finish with one touch. That's what you want there. A good assist from Griezmann, the awareness to know Messi was there, and Messi, like I say, deservedly getting his goal. Very much deserved on the day. Messi looked really up for it today. Even at times, he was tracking back. He looked really in the zone. And also, of course, he was heavily involved in the third goal, as was Griezmann. 67 minutes, just under 10 minutes later there, Barcelona killed the game, and it was Griezmann again who was influential. This time he was actually a bit bit more central, he came inside, and again it was that high line from Eibar, and Griezmann just saw the run of Messi. He just saw their Messi going in behind, and again, beautifully weighted pass. And that's the thing about Griezmann. Everybody talks about the goals, everybody talks about the fact you want Griezmann to score. Of course we do, but he can also do so much more. He is a creator, he can play those kind of balls. It's a brilliant pass in behind. Messi runs onto it. There he deserved, to be honest, another assist, Griezmann, but it didn't quite happen. Messi, being Messi, gets one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he's so unselfish. Messi there, he wants more goals, he wants to score, of course, and catch up those who've been ahead of him this season because of his injury, but no, he thinks about the team first, lays it off to Suárez, an easy tap in for him, and that's Messi, Griezmann, and Suárez with the goals. And before we do talk a bit more about Antoine Griezmann, what I do have to say here about Messi, because today a goal and an assist, and I thought, like I say, he was really in the zone, he was really up for this game. What you've got to bear in mind though, at times Messi may give the ball away, he might run into somebody, he might not get that dribble right or the finish right. Messi right now, we've got to remember, he's still basically in his pre-season. This is a guy here who didn't have any pre-season games, he didn't even go on the tour, he's hardly played this season, full 90-minute games, he's hardly been among them this season. And right now, he's just getting back into the swing of things. Messi, there's so much more to come. Don't worry about that. But even today, a goal and an assist for somebody who's still getting up to speed. There's so much to be excited about. This man, he is coming this season. But I want to talk a bit more now about Antoine Griezmann and the way that he played today. Like I say, I think Jordi Alba here out on that left-hand side really helped him in the fact that when Alba came forward, Griezmann then could have the ability then to go inside. He didn't need to stay out here because Alba was quite happy enough there to take up that space. The problem is, like I say, with Griezmann on the left-hand side, when he does come inside, quite often it's too packed in here. You've got Suárez, you've got Messi who comes central, and there's often too many bodies in that kind of area, so that when Griezmann comes inside, it's actually very, very difficult there to combine all together. Sometimes you might get in each other's way, you might sort of get involved in things you don't want to get involved in, and that's when it can become difficult, with Griezmann starting on the left and coming inside, with Suárez still in this role. But for me, the actual biggest problem today would be the fact that Griezmann made so many good runs. Actually, on the left-hand side today, he looked as though he was learning the role. He looked as though, yeah, I know where I need to be now, I know where I need to get into, and especially with Eibar's high line, Griezmann all day long was making some good runs, making some really nice into-out runs in behind, and he was really, really looking to exploit that space. And if he was played in, he could have got a hat-trick today, no doubt about that. The problem is right now is we're not seeing Griezmann enough. We're not actually finding him with the passes when he's making those runs, when he's getting in behind. Nobody's finding him. Nobody is looking up and observing the run, and that for me is a real problem. We have to pass to Griezmann more. It's that simple. Messi's got to get his head up and find Griezmann. Often he looks for Suárez, and of course that's quite natural right now because Messi and Suárez have played together for so long. They understand each other's runs so well. But at the same time, Griezmann is here now, and he's a very good option. We need to find him. De Jong as well. Arthur Melo, a few times during the game, there was a lot of dialogue going on. I saw Alba having a word with Griezmann, quite a strong word. I don't know what he was saying, of course, about that left-hand side there. There was also a few words between Griezmann and Arthur throughout the game, and that's what has to happen. Yeah, at times you might have a bit of an argument, but at the same time, they just need to understand the runs of Griezmann. You need to understand here, we've got a few new players, we need to adapt, we need to fully understand the roles of everybody right now in our team, and I just felt like Griezmann today had a really good impact on the game, but it could have been even more so if we found him that bit more often. And just before we do end here, guys, a very quick word on that injury sustained to Sergio Roberto after the game. Barcelona, of course, are going to be looking at him, looking at exactly the seriousness of that injury, but the early indications, say Cat Radio, is that that injury to Roberto is not going to be a serious one. Of course, like I say, Champions League coming up in midweek. We are going to be looking at that. But like I say, Semedo came on, played really well. But it's not just the injury to Roberto, it's the fact that this keeps happening. He's somebody who had a complete break during the international break. It's not like he's been overloaded with football, and yet here we are again. Is it the warm-ups? Is it coming into this game maybe a bit unprepared and just going out there and stretching something? We need to look into this. The injuries keep on coming, and we have to stop it. Somehow, we've got to do something to nip this in the bud, but hopefully, Roberto will be fine. But like I say, guys, in the grand scheme of things, a 3-0 victory today against Eibar, that's a very good result. I'm so happy for Griezmann there to score and to be heavily involved, of course, in the other two goals. That's really good. good there for his confidence. And now, of course, we kick on to midweek, a Champions League game, and we can go into that now without having to rest people for El Clasico. El Clasico, as you probably heard, has been suspended, and we'll have a weekend off next weekend. All out now in the Champions League, and with this result, we can be excited for that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What did you make of today's performance? I'll see you very soon indeed. There's more videos coming. Don't worry about that. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.